Let's try a crit dagger. So in the previous weapon build video, I made a crit sword that has innate crits, and it has increased damage on like headshot and everything. It's the rust. The rust is really good, and so on. This time, let's try a different weapon that attacks faster. So this has increased base damage to infected, increased damage at night, which, you know, may or may not be useful, and then minus 7.5% stamina cost. But the most important aspect of this weapon is that it attacks faster, and we can go for 20% crit rate. So that's really what we're going to be going for. So basically 1 in 5 attacks will crit. So let's see how this does. It does attack quite fast. There's a crit right there. So let's see if this crit kills this enemy, actually. Is that enough damage to kill? Oh, it's not. One more hit kills, though. But we can potentially pull a crit out, you know, from fast attack rate. So let's see how we do against, like, a group of enemies, just, like, attacking fast. And we're going to be hitting them with UV light to create an opening. Alright, there's a crit already. It's burning and shocking them. So we can kind of like chill out and regen for a second. Now against lone targets, I might start running like a junk weapon so I don't waste durability. Because these weapons can be pretty expensive to forge. They cost a lot of resources. We can kick the burning guy. Oh, I didn't kick him into everyone though. Alright, so far it's doing okay. Let's try going for like a power attack. Got a crit there. Got a micro. Done, got a crit there. It seems decent. It can kill outright in 4 head hits for some of these zombies. There's a crit. Crit head strike, let's see if that kills. Probably almost. Yeah, he was pretty low. So it's good damage, for sure. Let's see how it does against like a large group. There's a crit. There's another crit. That's the point of this weapon, is to keep going for tons of crits and burns and shocks to like keep dealing like AoE damage and ideally we get like big effects, you know, off of our like fast attacks. That's like the point, right? There we go. Trying to set up a burn there, but the enemy ends up dying. When they die, they don't burn for as long. The shock is actually pretty good because then you can keep going for like attacks. You can try to combo it off of itself. Now you are relying on randomness to proc, but it's reliable enough that if you attack a group and hit them with the UV light, it's pretty effective. You can try to aim for their heads too, so you're killing them. Like if you don't get procs, you're still like killing them over time. Yeah, the attack rate's pretty good. There's a proc. There's a proc as well. Oops, didn't mean to let him grab me there. Heal up. Fight some more groups. Get a feel for how effective it is against like generic zombies. Just get him to ball up really quick. Now I need to experiment with like bleed and freeze and poison to see how those all do, or toxin or whatever. Is that a fast one? Oof. I used the flashlight there, but it was a little bit too late. If their animation goes, it doesn't interrupt it. There's a proc. There's a proc. There's a proc. This is pretty nice, actually. This is like Pretty decent crowd control, assuming they don't break through and you like use your UV light correctly. It's another proc. The shock is pretty good. The burn as well. I'm letting a few of them grab onto me, but it's doing pretty well. Now, is it better than the sword? Now, the sword has a higher 4% crit rate compared to this dagger, but there might be a faster attacking weapon. I still have to like get more supplies and forge some more, so I have to go on some farming runs. I have to upgrade more things. We're going to be testing out more weapon mods, more weapon mod combinations, so this is definitely not definitive. But this is a decent little build, so if you want like a faster attacking weapon that consumes less stamina. Now, this build is not finished either. Like, you could run stamina gear. So, like, right now I'm just running crafting parts gear because I need resources. But if you wanted to just go for, like, pure effectiveness, you could run the Survivors stuff. So, like, Survivors gives you melee damage and it reduces stamina cost. So you could stack up the stamina cost reduction on your entire armor set and then make your attacks much cheaper so you can just keep spamming attacks. So you just do, like, a micro UV light tap into crowd control, and then you just like keep hitting them until it procs. And then when it procs, you can switch targets, you can ease off, because the proc is pretty effective. Honestly, I don't know that I would recommend using this for single targets. I would have like a junk weapon for that, because this thing is really good at fighting groups, because it naturally is going to set them on fire and shock them. If there's a large mob of zombies, this is almost like statistically guaranteed, as long as you just keep spamming attack, to get like some big effect off. So let's find another group. Bigger group. Yeah, I just fell down. Felt like a big mob. They're kind of balling up here. Let's get them. Yeah, let's get some takers. There's also these like oil slicks too, so you can set those on fire for additional damage. So you can also fight around different things. So it should be around 1 in 5 to proc. There's a proc right there. If you catch them as they're coming in and you like position correctly, you can kind of avoid the grab attacks. And the shock helps set you up for future attacks because of crowd control. So this is actually a pretty good combination. You get a good amount of damage, you get burn. Burn is really nice when it starts to spread. If they die from the burn goes out quickly, but they can still spread to other zombies while they're burning. And the micro tap is really nice. So like this one should probably die because I hit him in the head twice. Yeah, he burned out. So kind of reading the damage and understanding the zombie health, because certain zombies have more or less health than others. Like the really frail, skinny ones have low health. A lot of the female zombies have low health. A lot of the male zombies, especially the bigger ones, have higher health. So understanding like health, knowing when you can stop attacking and ease off and let the DOT kill, playing around like oil slicks could be huge. Shocking things at night, or not at night, during the rain could be huge. There's quite a bit here. There's a lot to use just off of this basic weapon that's pretty interesting. So I do kind of recommend making this. The Conjar. I don't remember where I got it. It might be from the main quest. It might be like one of these outposts, but I'll start doing some guides on getting specific weapons and tools when I do my second playthrough. Right now I'm just wrapping up my first one. So for example, you get the brass knuckles in this safe house, and those can accept one mod. So those probably won't be crit machines, but they might punch really fast. So if you can get that to like 15% crit, that might be good too. So I want to experiment with that next, so watch out for that video. But yeah, that is it for this one. Definitely like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.